Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to start off by saying I hope that you all have a very merry holiday if you don't celebrate Christmas. And if you're new, I would love it if you would subscribe. Please give it a big thumbs up and let's jump right in.
I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without free.
Okay guys, so to start off, I just wanted to personally thank each and every one of you. I have a lot of new subscribers and I am so happy to have you all. I try to get back to every single comment. I'm pretty good about that, and I really just appreciate every single one of you. And with Christmas right around the corner, everybody's all Christmas out, so I just wanted to do a little bit of Farmhouse today. So to start off, I had this beware sign from Dollar Tree a while back at Halloween, and I just go ahead and take off the tag and the hanger, and I go ahead and take a ruler and I put it on these kind of serrated edges, and I just take a utility knife and just score it straight down. And once they're nice and scored, I think I scored it probably about 10 to 15 times, and then it just will pop right off. I turn it around and I just cut, because essentially it's just paper on the front of this, and if you don't cut it from the back, it is a bit more work. So I tend to just flip it around and it's much easier. It comes right off. So this had a bunch of glitter on it. I tried to just vacuum it off, but I did end up taking it outside and sanding it down. Next, I have these square dowel rods. They are linked in the description box always. These are my favorite product to frame out a picture. It just makes it look so high end, and they're probably only a couple, maybe like $1 or something like that a piece, and you can get a few projects out of each if they're small. So I just wanted to mention that I definitely recommend this product. I love them so much. So basically I just put my first dowel rod up to the top. I marked it and I marked where it would end so that I could cut it. I then put it on the other side and marked it as well, and then I put both dowel rods together, marked the other one so I knew where to cut, and then I took these small scrap pieces that I had, lined it up where I made the marks, and then I made my mark to be able to cut, if that makes any sense at all. If it doesn't, then you can see what I'm doing here. So then I had another scrap piece. I just line it up even and make a mark on that one as well, and cut them with my mini miter saw. I will have that linked in the description box as well. I then take my favorite stain, Jacobine. This is nothing new. This process is pretty standard for what I do, but everybody always asks more signs, so I definitely want to give you guys what you want to see, and this is how I go about doing it. So I like to have all my decor cohesive throughout my house. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely like it all to resemble each other and just go well with each other. So I just take I put some gloves on. Always protect your hands, and I just have a paper towel and I dip it and I stain my wood pieces. While those are drying, I go ahead with my sign and I take a sander and just sand off the edges. They weren't rough, but I just like to do this just to make sure that if it's uneven or if there's anything hanging off, then you take care of that. I then take my favorite huge brush, which is also linked in the description box, and I take some white Waverly chalk paint and I go ahead and paint it. Now when I paint this, I am not being perfect. I am purposely making it patchy, just so that way that eliminates having to sand it down and distress. And I really like the way that this looks when you do it this way. This is a technique many people use. I have seen it a lot, and I have actually been doing it for a long time too. Some things I do like this, but a lot I just paint, put a really good coat. But for this one, I did want to make it look a lot more rustic. So you just want to just go lightly, and again, you don't want to be perfect. There's no rhyme or reason. You just do it to your liking. After I had my sign painted, I let it dry for a while I was doing some other things, and I went on my computer and printed out kitchen, open 24 hours, and I just take my graphite paper, line it up where I want it, and trace on kitchen. After I have kitchen traced on, I do the same for the 24 hours right underneath, or open 24 hours, sorry. So next I am going to fill my lettering in. Now, you guys, this paint pen from Dollar Tree is surprisingly amazing. But if you're trying to get clean, crisp lines, it's not the best just because it's a bigger tip. So I do take my fine point black paint pen and I just go ahead and outline the letters just so that way they're crisp and the edges are nice and clean. And then I go back in with the Dollar Tree black paint pen and I fill them in. I also wanted to mention too that if you cannot find these beware signs, I had grabbed a bunch when I saw them because the longer signs are kind of rare at my Dollar Tree. I don't know about yours, but I hadn't seen those ever really. So I grabbed a bunch while they had them out and I had them in my stash. But you can use a scrap piece of wood. You can put a few Dollar Tree signs together. It's totally up to you. So after I had all my letters colored in, I just go ahead and you see these lines on the printout. So I just go in free-handed. I have the picture right in front of me and I just copy exactly how the font is. I really like the effect that it gives and it makes it look much more clean and professionally made. So after I have these all outlined the way I like, I felt that it was a little plain and I wanted to just spice it up a bit. And I had these stencils. These are adhesive stencils from Walmart. They're actually Waverly brand. I am really impressed. Waverly came out with some new brushes and stencils, so I snagged them up as soon as I saw them. So anyway, I just put the design on each side of kitchen, and then I have a little milk jug on the left side of open, and then I put a cow on the right side of ours. Now these are adhesive stencils, so you don't need to use a stippling or stenciling brush. You can if you like, but you can just use a brush. So after I have my stencils all done, I go ahead and I attach my border. So for this, I do the bottom first, and then I always like to do the sides. That way, if my cuts are a bit off or, whatever the case may be, then I can still make sure that the border is still nice and tight. After I have my border on, and I did use hot glue with that, by the way, but after I have my border glued down, I take my sawtooth hanger and I just take a ruler, make sure it's in the middle. I put a mark with a pencil just so that when I glue it, I know exactly where to put it. I then just put 2 dabs of hot glue where I made the mark, and I put my sawtooth hanger on. And these are also linked in the description because this is such a great pack of hangers, and this sign is light enough to where you can just glue your hanger on. So I hoped you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you have a wonderful holiday again and you get to spend some time with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe. Please give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more signs, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
I am on my way, I'm in motion.